Morning to all of you. So yesterday we are seeing self-induction and self-inductance. During self-induction, the EMF induced is given by E equal to minus d phi by dt, where phi equal to Li. E is equal to minus d phi by dt, where phi equal to Li, where L is called self-inductance. So EMF induced during self-induction is given by minus d phi dt of L phi. L can be taken outside constant minus L d I by dt. Negative sign of the equation gives the direction of EMF induced or current according to Lenz's law. The magnitude of EMF induced is E equal to L into di by dt. So very important equation for numericals. Very important. From this also you can define L and also you can define the SI unit of integrals. So from this equation, L is 1 by magnitude of EMF divided by di by dt. If di by dt is 1 ampere per second, the current in the coil changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second, then L is equal to P. So self-inductance of the coil can also be defined as numerically equal to the EMF induced in the coil when the current in it changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second. Okay, if the current in the coil is changing at the rate of 1 ampere per second, induced, that is numerical value. This equation, next point, I am SI unit of inductance. SI unit inductance. SI unit of inductance is Henry. Okay, Henry, named after Joseph Henry. So they conducted the experiments for EMI. So SI unit is Henry H. So how to define the value of H? 1 Henry. What is the value of 1 Henry? So you can take from here, L is equal to E divided by di by dt. If an EMF of 1 volt is developed when di by dt is 1 ampere per second, the current in the coil is changing at the rate of 1 ampere per second. Under condition, if an EMF of 1 volt is developed, then inductance is said to be 1 Henry. So self-inductance of a coil is said to be 1 Henry. If an EMF of 1 volt is developed in the coil when the current in it changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second. So as per the equation from here, 1 Henry equal to 1 volt divided by 1 ampere per second. So this is the SI unit of self-inductance. Coil, we usually call it as an inductor. The value is given by inductance. Just like a capacitor, capacitor value is given by capacitance. Capacitor, the value is recognized by capacitance. Resistance, capacitance, capacitor, capacitance, resistance. Now we take a coil, its value is inductance. These are the three devices. We can use them to control AC current in the next chapter. Capacitor, value is given by capacitor, you know, parallel capacitor. Resistor, value is given by resistance arm. Coil, inductance coil, which gives the inductance L. Self-induction, you know, whenever there is a change in the coil, there is a change in the current in the coil. Automatically, an EMF or current is induced in it to oppose any change in that. This problem is known as self-induction. And this self-inductance of the coil depends upon its dimensions and the material that is placed inside the solenoid. We are going to find out what is the self-inductance of a coil. Just like if you know what is the capacitance of a parallel capacitor capacitance of parallel capacitor, you know it is absolute square FID. Similarly, we are going to calculate self-inductance of a coil. On what all factors it depends. Very important point. Self-inductance of a coil. You take a coil. The current through it you can change, you can vary the current. When there is a change in the current, the flux through the coil changes and hence an EMF and current is induced in it to oppose the change in the current. If the growth of current is there, the induced current will flow in opposite direction with battery current. If there is a decay of the current, then induced current will flow in the direction of the battery current to oppose any change. Suppose there are n number of turns per unit length for a solenoid, n. And is the number of turns per unit length. L is the length and A is the area cross. And there will be magnetic field lines flux passing through this coil. So first point is what is the magnetic field inside? B equal to V naught N I. Magnetic field inside is B equal to V naught N I is submarine. So what is the flux through one turn? To take a single turn, how many flux lines are passing through one turn? So flux through one turn. Flux through each turn equal to dA cos theta. When you take a coil single turn, if the plane is perpendicular to the magnetic field, so theta is equal to 0. The flux through one turn is equal to dA. The value of B is known as V naught and IA. This is the flux through one turn. Next point I will see what is the total flux. How many turns are there? N is the number of turns per unit length and L is the length of the solenoid on one length. So, length how many turns are there? N L turns are there. So next point I say what is the total flux? Total flux through entire solenoid to the coil. That is phi is equal to flux through one turn V naught N IA number of turns into number of turns, total number of turns N L. So it is V naught N square IAL is the total flux because of the current. So phi equal to mu naught N square IA is the total flux to this coil. This is the point number 3. Next is, but the flux can also be calculated by relating to self-inductance of the coil. If L is the self-inductance of the coil, then phi can also be written as L into I. Equation number 2. If L is the self-inductance, then flux through the coil is equal to self-inductance to I. So you can compare equation 1 and 2. By comparing equation 1 and 2, Li is equal to V naught N square IAL. I cancel from here, L equal to V naught N square A. So this is the equation for self-inductance. It is just like the capacitance of a parallel capacitor. Parallel capacitor capacitance is equal to epsilon 0 FID. So self-inductance of a coil is V naught N square L. If you are introducing a medium of VR, soft iron is used, the coil is wound over the soft iron, then L का value can also be known as V naught R N square L. So it's very important. So you can see that self-inductance of a coil depends upon length, area cross section, number of turns per unit length, small and standard number, and the medium which is placed inside or the coil is binding over particular material. So by increasing VR, if you insert soft iron, L value increase hoga, increase the number of turns, value will increase, area cross section increase, L increase. By increasing them, we can increase the value of L self. So compare and learn capacitance of parallel capacitor epsilon 0, epsilon 1 A by D. Similarly, we are getting this value inductance. So this is the self-inductance of a coil, very important. Okay, next important point is that in the case of capacitor, when you charge the capacitor device used to store electrostatic energy, and we have derived the equation for half C V square. Similarly, when a current is flowing through that, magnetic energy is produced in this coil. Magnetic energy. What the expression for magnetic energy is? Just like half CV square, we derive the equation energy stored in a coil in the form of magnetic energy. When a current I is maintained is half Li square, then we are going to derive this equation very important. So the coil is here, self-inductance of the coil is 1 here, and the value is given here. So when current changes to this coil, current is induced, EMF is induced, and it is known as back EMF because it opposes any change in the current. Back EMF. So to maintain the current, you have to do work from outside. That means the battery that is connected from outside, that has to do certain work to maintain the current. Otherwise, the current cannot pass through this coil because there is always opposition. So EMF induced is equal to minus d phi by dt. So there will be EMF induced and hence there will be current. So what will be the power delivered? Work done in unit time to maintain the current. You know, in the equation as E equal to VI equation. This is work done in unit time, dW by dt. Rate of doing work done in unit time is given by the power delivered by the device, which is equal to V into Y. So here, instead of V, I can put the value E here. So V is equal to E into I. So this is dW by dt. Rate of doing work. The value of E also we can write in terms of L. It is minus L di by dt. EMF minus L di by dt also you can write. Put the magnitude value of E. That is L into di by dt into I. dt cancel. So the work done, for work done to maintain the current is L I d I. All work done to maintain the current is LIDI. So total work done to maintain the current 0 to I in the inductance point. The external source should do certain work for maintaining the current. Otherwise, the current will not be there in the coil. External work has to be done. So what is the total work done to maintain the current from 0 to I in the coil? Work has to be done. So integrate the equation. W equal to integral dW, that is integral Fi di from 0 to any value of the current. L is a constant, can be taken outside. Integral I di is I square by 2 limit 0 to I. This is equal to half Li square. This work done is stored in the coil as its magnetic energy. Very important one. So what is the magnetic energy stored? E half Li square. You can compare this with the electrostatic energy of the capacitor. It is half CV square. Electrostatic energy is half CV square. And this is exactly magnetic energy half Li square. They are in analog with the kinetic energy half mv square, half k square, half cv square, half Li square. You remember all the things. Class 11. Elastic potential energy in a spring, half k square. Capacitor energy half cv square, magnetic energy half Li square. So the current you are maintaining the coil which produces the magnetic field and hence magnetic energy in a coil. So what is the equation for magnetic energy? The coil is half Li square. Very, very important one. Direct numerical. Inductance L. I is the current. What is the magnetic energy stored in the inductor? It is half Li square. Okay. In this inductor, we are going to find out what is the energy per unit volume. Just like if you remember energy per unit volume of a capacitor, we have calculated earlier, that is equal to half epsilon zero E square. If you remember. Energy density, we are going to calculate what is the energy density of a coil. Energy density. The energy, total energy, magnetic energy is the coil is this. What is energy density? Energy per unit volume. Next point. What is the meaning of energy density? Energy density of a coil. It is total energy divided by its volume. Total L is half L I square, where the volume equal to A is area cross section, L is the length, A into L. Substitute the value of L in this case. We have seen the value of L, just now we have seen the value of L. For air core conductor, L का value, but L is equal to B naught N square A. The values. If there is a medium, you use the medium as mu naught mu naught. So the value energy density is equal to half into mu naught N square air I square divided by A. So here air and air cancel. So remaining is energy density usually represented by letter small u being magnetic energy density joule per meter unit. It is measured in joule per meter. So magnetic energy density small u is equal to half mu naught N square I square. But I equation we are going to remove in terms of other parameters. But magnetic field in this coil is given as B equal to mu naught Ni. So I का value है B divided by mu naught N. Substituting the value of I here in this equation, we will be getting final value as mu B is equal to half mu naught N square into E square divided by mu naught square N square. So you can see that N square cancel, 1 mu naught cancel. Value will be equal to half B square divided by mu naught. How many joule per meter cube? This is the energy density of a coil. Magnetic energy density. B square divided by 2 mu naught. And if you can just see in the case of a capacitor. In the case of a capacitor, what is the energy density? Energy density of a capacitor is half epsilon zero E square. Energy density of a parametric capacitor is half epsilon zero E square. And if you have a coil, take this coil, its magnetic energy half barabar. Instead of B square epsilon zero numerator है तो इसके नीचे mu naught आएगा. तो जगह है. So this is the value B square divided by mu naught. अगर mu naught ऊपर है, epsilon zero ऊपर है तो mu naught नीचे है. अगर mu naught ऊपर है तो epsilon zero equation होता है. Both are measured in per meter. This is about self-induction coil property, very important. Energy, the coil is magnetic energy. Energy per density is half B square upon mu naught. These two things are very important one. Electric and magnetic energies, electromagnetic wave, when you discuss electromagnetic in the coming chapters, electric field is there, magnetic field is there, energy is 50-50. This was a important competitive examination. Electromagnetic wave में these two energies are 50-50. They share equal energies as magnetic energy and electrostatic electric energy in the form of this value. Next is coil experiments. You know coil experiment. The last part of the coil experiment, relative motion is not necessary. Only by changing the current in one coil you can produce current in the other. So two coils are there. When current in one coil changes, an EMF or current is induced in the nearby coil, and the current will flow in such a direction that it opposes the force that is responsible for the change. So this is known as two coil के बीच में जो connection है, we call it as mutual induction. Single coil में जो हो रहा है, we call it as self induction. If there are two coils, then we call it as mutual induction. So that point is mutual induction. Two coils, first coil. You're connecting to galvanometers, second coil. यहाँ से full line, यहाँ से dotted line आएगी. Suppose I'm connecting battery through a key. You can keep a tapping key. Tapping key means whenever you want, you can close it, you can open it very easily. So current will be flowing with arrow mark. From here it goes and comes here. And इसके बाद finance करना. So when a current I is flowing here, this side of polarity will be south polarity, direction this side will be north polarity. Magnetic field lines will be. This is coil C and C1. Coil first is connected to galvanometer, next one is connected to battery through a tapping key. That is easy for closing and opening. So when there is no current, no magnetic field here, no magnetic field, no flux, no current here. As soon as you close the key, current increases, there is a growth. So there is a growth in the magnetic field, there is a growth in magnetic field, magnetic flux of the coil changes and current is induced. So here this side is south, this side will be equal to north. So at the time you close the circuit, flux to the coil C changes, and current is induced in the coil. Can anyone tell me what is the direction of current, the induced current that is flowing in this coil on the face, right side face? कौन सा polarity develop होगा? Because यहाँ पे north polarity develop already है. It wants to oppose the increase in the flux. Yes.
The north polarity.
Okay, north polarity should develop here to produce the north polarity. कौन सा direction में current will flow on this right side face? कौन सा direction में current flow करेंगे? It will be
anti-clockwise.
So this is at the time when the current I increases, drop of current. Doesn't want to oppose करना है. Suppose you break the circuit, so current decreases. When current decreases means the flux also decreases. So the number of lines coming inside will decrease. So then what polarity will develop? South polarity will develop so that जो जितना lines है उसको पकड़ कर रखने के लिए, not to decrease the flux lines. So this process is known as what? Mutual induction. Whenever current in a nearby coil changes, an EMF and hence a current is induced in the other coil, and that current will flow according to Lenz's law in such a direction to oppose the cause of change in current in the nearby coil. This phenomenon is known as mutual induction. It is between the two coils. So current is in one coil and the induced current is in the another coil. That is the special. Battery current I is here, induced current I am marking as small I. So this induced current is so here current is there and we calculate what is the flux in this another coil. So you can see current anywhere, any one coil current is changing. and the nearby coil an EMF or current is induced. That current induced will oppose the cause that is responsible for its change. This is in accordance with Lenz's. So this is known as, this phenomenon is known as mutual induction. Self induction में सिंगल कॉइल के अंदर करंट चेंज हो रहा है, उसी कॉइल के अंदर ही करंट इंड्यूस हो रहा है. यहाँ पे तो टू कॉइल्स आ रहे हैं. Okay. Now what is the relation between the mutual inductance? So next point is what is the meaning of mutual inductance? Mutual inductance. Or it's between two coils, depends upon the property of the coil's dimension. And this is also known as the coefficient of mutual induction, represented by the term capital E. Just like capital L, self-inductance, we define mutual inductance. Suppose a current I is flowing in this coil, and correspondingly there will be a flux in the next coil. Phi is the flux in the coil, C. When you increase the current here, flux in the other coil also will increase direct proportion. Flux is in one coil, current is in the other coil. They are directly proportional. So flux in the coil C is directly proportional to current in the coil C1. They are directly proportional. So flux linked with the one coil is directly proportional to the current flowing in the other coil. And this proportional is ruled by constant M in R. And M is known as coefficient of mutual induction or mutual inductance. So define mutual inductance. Mutual inductance, if I equal to 1 ampere, then phi equal to M. So M is numerically equal to mutual inductance. It's a term just like a resistance or capacitance inductance. The term numerically equal to the flux in one coil when 1 ampere current is flowing through the nearby coil. So this is one equation. Similarly, when current is changing in this case, it is a current line. When it changes, flux in this changes and EMF is induced and current is induced. What is the induced EMF in the coil? When current in the other coil changes. And this is the principle of transport. So that's mutual induction. Next one I am saying phi equal to Mi. This is for mutual induction between two coils. When current in the one coil changes, there will be EMF in the other coil. So EMF induced is minus d phi by dt. Is minus d by dt of Mi. And will be taken outside minus M di by dt. Same kind of equation we are seeing for L. So magnitude value is M into di by dt. Yes. If di by dt is 1 ampere per second, that means current in one coil is changing at the rate of 1 ampere per second. What is the EMF induced in the other coil? That is mutual inductance. So mutual inductance can also be defined as mutual inductance can also be defined as the EMF induced in one coil when the current in other coil changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second. SI unit of mutual inductance is also Henry. Self-inductance, SI unit is Henry. Mutual inductance, SI unit is also Henry. The definition is this. From this equation, if di by dt is 1 ampere per second and EMF of 1 volt is developed in one coil, then mutual inductance between two coils is said to be 1 Henry. So mutual inductance between two coils is said to be 1 Henry, exactly same way. If an EMF of 1 volt is developed in one coil, when the current in the nearby coil changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second. And equation is important for simplifying the numericals. Learn this equation. It is analog equation. M is equal to E divided by di by dt. So SI unit is 1 Henry, 1 volt divided by 1 ampere per second. If an EMF of 1 volt is developed, the current in other coil changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second, then we say that it is 1 Henry. So definitions are important one. Many times if we don't put this in, other points will continue.